Comrades, I know when you see this again, you're going to say, Lord Jesus. I know I'm an annoyance to all of you, most of you. I'm going for all of you, all right? And secretly, I enjoy being that annoyance. Um, I feel that I have to say something more regarding this whole Lisa Hanna situation. And I feel I have to say it because the whole situation is putting the PMP at risk in terms of our potential to regain government in this country. Why this elaborate plan? For about 15 years now, the Burkes have been doing this plan to unseat Lisa Hanna. Why this hatred against Lisa Hanna? Why this rabid dislike of Lisa Hanna? What has she done to these people? What has she done to Paul and Angela Brownberg? What has she done to Ian Niels and Dayton Campbell and Mark Golding and Peter Bunting? What and Tony Hilton? What has she done to them? These are unanswered questions that you all need to get to the bottom of. Because this unanswered question, what has she done, is putting the PMP in jeopardy. It is. So let me enlighten you a little further, which I think that the live, yes, but I think that if I say it to you a little bit more, you might get a better understanding of what I'm saying. And as usual, let me tell you, you don't have to take my word for anything. You should ask these people. You should ask Paul and Angela and Dayton and Peter Bunting. You should ask them, and Tony Hilton and all of you. You should ask them, what has Lisa Hanna done to incur all of you wrath, that you are all lining up for her to lose her seat? Remember, there was an elaborate plan in 2020 for her to lose. They were meeting down there at Wizzy's farm. And all of them, Bobby Pickersgill, Peter Bunting, Angela Brownberg, Paul Burke, Garnet Roper, Aluna Samba, and the thief in ugly councillors, them, Lydia, Bell, and Garrick, along with Wizzy, who you know carrying pussy feelings for Lisa. And please forgive me, those of you who are Christians. I don't want to interject that and create any kind of negativity towards your sensibilities of all of that. But that is it. That is it. They were planning to lose the PMP. They actually put a plan in place as to how to make her lose. And Lydia and Garrick and Wizzy were in charge of that plan, how to make her lose. And anytime any one of you want to talk with me, I can, present it to you, so to speak, because they were taped. In 2020, in the middle of the presidential elections, 3 of the 4 councillors announced their retirement. Lydia for Bensonton Division, we're from Claremont Division, who were both councillors, and Garrick, who was the councillor candidate for the Money Division after him lose the PMP seat. The 3 of them announced their retirement. After they had announced their retirement, the constituency and the constituency chairman, Lisa Hanna, they met and they selected 3 new candidates to represent those divisions. And if you follow Lisa Hanna Facebook page, you will see where she was walking with those candidates, introducing them, she and them walking together, because she recognized, according to people down there, that the constituency was in trouble and they need something to inject and inspire a little bit more confidence so people can come out and vote, because these 3 councillors and Wizzy have done so much damage on the behest and instructions of Paul and Angela Brownberg, because the plan is to make us lose the PMP seat. Well, don't take it light, I am not making up stories. The plan was for her to lose the PMP seat. They were willing to go that far just to get rid of her, to lose a PMP seat. And after they announced that, and the constituency executive signed off on new candidates and them walking and stuff, Mark Golding became leader of the PMP. And at the behest of Paul Burke and Angela Brown Burke, Wizzy got together with the councillors, including people like Dayton Campbell and Ian Ailes and Peter Bunting, and told the councillors that they should go meet with Mark Golding and tell him that they want to run back. Let me be clear. Those are the people who said I'm retiring, you know. Them now tell them that they must go meet with the newly minted party leader and tell him that they don't want to run back. And they did. They met with Mark Golding. They told him that they want to run back, and Mark Golding said yes, and then let them go back in the constituency to undermine and disrupt Southeast St. Anne to get rid of Lisa Hanna. You must ask yourself the question, why? Why? Why are they so hell-bent on getting rid of Lisa Hanna, one of the biggest assets in the PMP? Why? You have to ask yourself. Make them give you some answer. Don't ask yourself alone. Ask them too. Every time you see them, ask them. Why? What has Lisa Hanna done? I want to get a meeting and ask them. Come and I'd like to ask a question of all of these people here who have knowledge of this situation. What has Lisa Hanna done to the PMP that anybody else in this room have not done, that deserve that these people coming together for her to lose the PMP seat and to get rid of her? You need to ask a question. But the thing I want to highlight to you most is this. How would you feel, constituency chairmen, constituency secretaries, constituency executive members, how would you feel if the party leader come into your constituency and say, him not want those councillors where you have him want some new councillors, or you remove a councillor and say him want about that? South St. Andrew, how would you feel if Mark Golding was not the party leader, but he was your member of parliament? And him come in as a member of parliament and said, I want Pastor Right, and Marcia is leaving. How would you feel if the party leader come down there and say, him want back Marcia and him want back Pastor Right, without consulting with you, without explaining anything to you, without having any discussions with you? How would you feel about it? It couldn't happen to any of you. Really? Mark has just set the precedent, so it can. Don't believe that it can happen to any of you. But let us use a case in point to prove my point to you. Tony Hilton and Kevin Taylor was not getting along for various reasons, which I will not go into right now. And whatever the reasons are, Kevin was wrong, but so was Tony Hilton and all the other people who were behind it. Right? But I'm a PMP, and if the MP say now get along with the councillor, and the region agree, and the constituency executive agree, then I am in favor of what that agreement is. So when Kevin Taylor, who is my friend, come to me on several occasions bawling about it and complaining about it, I said, boy, Kev, it's tough, but you know, the MP same can't work with you. It's not just you and some other people quarrel, you know. The MP same can't work with you, so I am with that. So Tony Hilton must answer the question, because him is one who was adamantly against Lisa Hanna, and him need to say what Lisa Hanna do him apart from not chat to him, or Lisa Hanna go on like she better than him, or Lisa Hanna don't get along with our colleagues. So not only don't get along with each other, we're good at pretending, and men are better at these things than women are in politics. But you can get away with it, but the women can't get away with it, because strong women is not on a strong suit. And they don't like strong, competent women around, you know want lucky women around, you know, like Patricia Duncan Sutherland and them little woman, you know, want around, you know, they can run along and tell them what to do and have them under control. But they can't control Lisa Hanna. She's a competent and bright woman, loved by the Jamaican people. She enjoys something that none of them have, the love and admiration of the Jamaican people and the business sector and in the region and across the world. I am a royalist. I support the monarchy. And Queen Elizabeth Jubilee the other day, somebody within the Buckingham Palace realm invited Lisa Hanna to the Queen's Jubilee. And apart from the Governor General, I mean, there's somebody else from Jamaica down there, apart from Jamaicans who live down there. So who to tell me? But in any case, I'm going to have to ask the question, why this elaborate plan to unseat Lisa Hanna? Because she not take no crap from her. That's the only reason. because Paul had wanted the seat for Angela. And Angela and Paul Burke cannot control her because she's popular, because the people love her, because she's competent, because she's not a crap from you, because she must chat to. You know what people I don't chat to? I see put my yard out of the gate a morning time when the dog and the garbage and the stuff them. I don't have nobody doing all of that, but I go clean it up. Many people may come into past telling me, man, I tell them don't tell me no morning. If them have the gall to ask me why, because some of them do. Miss Tutsi, why me tell them man? And I said, don't tell me no morning. I don't want a morning from you. I'm a hypocrite, I'm an iniquity worker. Do not tell me morning. If you see me, just hold your head straight and keep going, God bless you. But no, them can have those things about them, but no woman shouldn't have that, because you must be meet them. So Tony Hilton and Ian Hills and Dayton Campbell, well, he never know why him do not, because him follow instructions from Bunting. Mark Golding went around to the country last year, 2022. He attended pretty much all the divisional conferences and some constituency conferences. And he told Lisa Hanna at the beginning of the conference circuit that she should not go to any conference as a guest speaker because she's going to overshadow him. He did. And what did she do? She quit. She got yard. Many divisions, many constituencies reached out to her, asked her to come be guest speaker, because it was the same period of time that the resistance was doing our road tour. And people asked us consistently during that time, we can't get this out of God just to come. I said, ask her. We asked her. We asked her. And I didn't know why, because nobody was telling us why until one councillor candidate said it to me. She said, the party leader don't want her out there because she's going to overshadow him. Now I want you to imagine this, comrades. If Lisa Hanna was walking with Mark Golding and going to conferences with him last year, he would not have lost 3.3 of the PNP votes that he had. He would have picked up votes. PNP would be riding high if him had it out there. But no, him take it upon himself and say him alone go. So him alone went. Lisa Hanna never trouble him. She never disrupt him. She never do no side show. She wasn't there undermining him. She took the back seat that him asked her to take and let him go and do him thing. But they are consistently at it. Them farmer bogus group down there, Wizzy and Garrick and Lydia, who's going to lose Benson Tan Division. I'm going to place my life on that. She can't even show her face in Benson Tan Division. The people might look for her. From I send that voice note down there to them. They might look for her. She can't show her face nowhere. And they are planning to unseat her. So they set up these open bogus groups with a whole heap of labor rights in them. Whole heap of labor rights. And she refused to play that game with them. But Dayton Campbell signed up the groups them. Dayton Campbell registered the groups them. And those were the groups that they had planned to use to unseat her as constituency chairman. This elaborate plan to unseat one woman, causing them so much grief. You got to ask yourself, comrades, please, why? You got to ask yourself that question, man. Why this elaborate plan? The elaborate plan to make her lose, headed by a former chairman of the People's National Party, with a former member of parliament for Southeast St. Anne, with a former general secretary, Paul Burke, with a former regional chairman, albeit a very short one, Dayton Campbell, all of them down there, planning with Wizzy and the three thieving ugly councillors them for her to lose the PNP seat. Them on tape. Along with Bunting, who lost the PNP seat. While he was busy plotting for her to lose the PNP seat, he lost his one. Dayton Campbell lose. Colin Fagan lose. All of them lose them seat. And them still on one side plotting for Lisa Hanna to leave. And it was this elaborate plan of the whole heap of groups them that them put together to unseat her, to have the constituency conference and unseat her with all of these bogus groups as constituency chairman, And it was that I believe, and I don't have no evidence of that, I should tell you. It's just that I believe that that was what pushed her to the edge and she decided that she's going to step away. And she can't step away that easy because the people want her. She's an asset to the People's National Party. But they have never seen her as an asset. They see her as a threat to their ambitions, a threat to their plans. That's how it is. When you can't stand on your own 2 feet, everybody else who can land on theirs and walk on theirs in upright position is a threat to you. Of course they are. Nobody that Jamaican don't love Angela Brownberg. Nobody don't love Angela Brownberg. Nobody don't love Ian Eales. Everybody hate Ian Eales. I doubt he's going to be the candidate for Western Westmoreland. Everybody know who Dayton Campbell is. Every striking person, the world and his children, from here to Timbuktu, know who he is. Mark Golding not cutting it. And many of you will listen to this and someone will like him, but you know that even his own constituency, the grumblings are becoming louder. That him not cut it. And people like him down there, but I'm saying, why are they working so hard to remove Lisa Hanna out of her seat? Seat that she won by 32 votes, but Bunting lose his, and Dayton lose his. Colin Fagan lose Dr. Paul's seat. Dayton Campbell lose Burchell Whiteman's seat. Luther Buchanan lose PJ's seat. Vicar McNeil lose him daddy's seat. But them a work hard for her to lose the PMP seat, to remove her out of Southeast Centre, and using these thieving ugly councillors whom she wanted to replace for a long time because them thieving the money. Because Lydia taking the money, running the contracts in the division and giving the contracts to Wizzy, and then Wizzy keep cooking up him yard and give people 2,000, 3,000 and make people feel like it's him giving them his money when it's the taxpayers' money that him using to do that. Lisa realized that the constituency is going down and she used to take some responsibility for that too, because she's not easy to get along with, which is true. But who the hell made Uno God that Uno can decide that if somebody is not easy to get along with, they don't deserve to have their seat that they work hard to keep, or an organization that they have built? Who the hell made any you God? That because she don't get along with Uno, she don't get along with Wizzy because Wizzy want pussy and she not game. She don't get along with the thief and ugly council because them thief and them ugly and them lie. Why would she get along with them? Because she decides that she not give them the CDF money no more. She will spend it so the people can get it, because the people weren't getting it. On election day, Lydia was out in the constituency with bags of money, looking for people who should promise stuff all through the year or through the years, and make sure she give it to them, and then proceed to tell them that you don't have to go vote yet. Are you not saying have a vote because Lisa win already? You know what people she tell that to? She told that to at least 4 persons. That's 4 vote less. So Lisa could have won by 36. She told that to 4 persons, and I can bring forward 2 of them to you. She told them, from when one guy asked her for something, to do something, but on election day, she give it to him, and he must say, go back to work, and he might leave her about 3:30 and go and she pat him back and say, go on to work, man, Lisa win already. A deliberate plan. How can you be a PMP and you go give a man a money because he marks your feet from last year, and you are telling him that him don't have to go vote? Which PMP does that? Which PMP does that? The PMP me know that go work with him. The PMP with me know that would have make sure that him all right for reach back work and would have go up and work for him at 3 o'clock, or send somebody for him at 3 o'clock because at that time he's going to leave. You are telling him do have to go? That's treason. That's reason enough for you not to run back. I'm sorry this taking so long. Was not my intention for it to take so long. But I got up this morning. I'm on intermittent fasting and prayer. And we do it as a family. In time, those who now go work early and we do that and stuff. So I've been praying. And I'm just wondering, where is God? And I remember Dolly Parton's song, Hello, God. Are you out there? Are you listening? Do you care anymore? That's what comes to my mind. And I'm wondering, does the PNP constituency leadership, divisional leadership, the regional leadership, do they really know what these people have been doing to unseat Lisa Hanna from her seat, to prevent her from ever competing to be leader of the party again? And I don't care about that. I really don't. And I don't believe me, but I don't care if you believe me or not. I don't care about that. I care about PNP having enough seats to win the elections. Now that I care about. Why on God's green earth are they doing this? Why is Angela Bromberg and Paul Burke still at this? Ian Eels, Dayton Campbell, and Tony Hilton in Region 3. Is a disgrace to Region 3, and he's going to lose for him seat if he's the candidate. Western St. Andrew is a proud PNP seat. But I tell you, from all the numbers on the trajectory right now, if he's a candidate, we're in danger of losing Western St. Andrew. And that's just the fact. We can't take it back. We can't do nothing about the numbers. We can't do nothing about the voter apathy. We can't do nothing about how people feel and how people think and what people say. I can't do nothing about that. I wish I could tell them not to say that. I wish I could tell everybody to say, so don't love no MP, man. So don't go vote for an MP. I wish I could do that. But I can't. I have to take what they say. I have to take that and put it in my bottle. Can't do nothing about that. I have to listen to what them say. Those are their feelings. I have to read them to see if they're serious about it, yes or no. That takes a whole lot of effort to read them. That takes a whole lot of time to talk with them, to read what they're saying, and to hear everybody else around them participating. And when you hear all of that, as a political scientist, I have to make a calculation. That's the calculation I make. But why are they fighting this woman, this one woman? This one woman is causing them so much problem that everybody effort is directed at her. Everybody effort is directed at her. They would have been directing some of it to Damien too, if he had a seat. But right now they're not doing that. They need to get one soon. I hope he does. But comrades, you have to ask yourself and you have to ask them. Every time you see them, ask them. Ask them, because Tony Hilton said in a group of people that when him said, "Listen, will never become leader," and the people ask him, "Why?" She doesn't get along with her colleagues. Who are you to come decide to come tell people that because she don't talk to her colleagues or get along with her colleagues, she can't become nothing, or she shouldn't stay as our constituency chairman? Oh no, look out! All out, look out! Because Mark Golding just set the precedent that party leader can go meet with councillors that you put out as an MP and tell them, say them to go run back. Don't believe that it can't happen to you. Don't believe that. Don't believe it can't happen to you because him just did it. He did it in 2020. He did it. And all these councillors and council candidates are doing is undermining the leadership of the member of parliament, making her life miserable down there. Well, it's just me say so. Don't look to me like she's miserable, but. And in doing so, they are destroying the constituency, which is Paul Burke and Wizzy and Pickersgill and Bunting and Dayton Campbell, which was their idea in the first place, to destroy it so badly that you lose it. Remember them have this attitude about them, you know. They're going to lose it and they'll build it back. Lose it and build it back. They said the same thing about the elections when they undermine the elections in various constituencies. Yeah, man, we're going to lose the election. We have 5 years to build it back. Them saying in the WhatsApp group. Not like we're telling them. And one of you don't see it, we'll be happy to send it to you. In their conversations in the WhatsApp group that leaked, that the resistance have been beating into you for the last 2 years. They said it. They were willing to lose PMP seats so that they could gain power, and then the argument is, we build it back. They just never planned for karma, and they didn't plan for the universe reacting to what they did. But the universe is a diverse lady. If the universe was a Jamaican, she would be a big titty, big ass woman. I mean, them just never bargained for the universe, and how the universe works. And so they end up losing their seats while planning to lose other people's seats. And now their target, Lisa Hanna, is still in them line of sight. Them not easing up. And he and Hales on a Western Westmoreland have them lose Ben Clear's seat. And I doubt very much the people of Western Westmoreland is going to select him because nobody likes him. How about that? He might talk about Lisa Hanna this and Lisa Hanna that. He should be ashamed of himself. Lisa Hanna is godmother to his girls. Nobody likes him. Nobody. And nobody don't like Dayton Campbell either. Well, not true. Some people like Dayton Campbell, but him can't be helped. Nobody don't love Angela Brown Burke. That is fair problem with Lisa Hanna. And Lisa Hanna is not a shama. Yeah? That is some Yiddish for something. Don't remember what it is. But them can't run over her like how them can't run over Patricia Duncan Sutton and all the other flimsy woman. Them will walk up and them a look seat. Some of them age out and still a look seat. They will try to come back. Them can't handle her like how them handle them. Because she's an educated, bright, and competent woman. I mean, I talk about beauty. I talk about competence. And she has character. And she's respected amongst her peers. And the Jamaican people love her. And that's one I think we have born them because the Jamaican people don't love them. But comrades, you don't have to get to the bottom of it. Ask them why. That is all I'm asking you to do. As leaders in your constituencies and division, just ask them why. Why this elaborate counterintelligence, deep throat kind of activity to unseat her and destabilize the constituency and using these ugly buffoons, thieves of a councillors down there. Ask them why. Just ask them why. Tell them what you want to know. If them go a good reason to join them, what has she done to deserve this kind of vitriol, this kind of consistent beating and undermining? Ask them why. Tell them I don't want to know why. I'm begging you. Please, it's part of your responsibility as leaders at the local level. Just ask them why. Because you care more about PMP winning than they do. They don't care. They care about maintaining their power so them can win back them little seat or hold on to them whatever position them have and live in opposition, and laborers will give them stuff. And who suffer? All of we suffer. God, all of us do. All of us suffer. It's God awful that we do as a result of our leaders who are unable to get the thing together and let us beat Andrew Holness and beat bad mind out of him. That should be our focus. But no, them focusing on minute things and internal beating up and undermining. Those are their focus. Who them going to lick down next? Who them want to get rid of next? And that's Angela and Paul Burke thing. That's for them thing. Because their survival depends on all of that. You know? So, I'm sorry. Damn, this is long. I'm sorry I took so long. But I think I thought this morning that I needed to say it. Please don't consider me too much of a nuisance. I'm doing the best I can. I'm just trying to help. And I know that sometimes some of you say, there's a better way to do it. I assure you, there is none. There is none. Paul Burke and Angela Brown Burke made sure of that there's no better way to do it. Remember that. That wasn't my doing. I didn't ask for this war. This war was started by Angela Brown Burke telling Dayton Campbell that him should sue me. This war was started when she told him not to meet with me, for me to give them the evidence against him and to talk about it and hand it over to the party, let them deal with it. It started that she started it. I didn't start this war. I didn't want this war. Let me remind you, I wrote a one-page letter to John Jr. I spoke to him on the phone for about 28 minutes. I expected on Monday morning or Monday afternoon, I'm going to get a call to say, come to party headquarters or come to this place and bring the evidence with him. I could talk about this. That's all I expected, nothing else. Now, PMP, why, if I wanted to do what I did, I wouldn't better write John Jr. I just got to do it. But I wrote to John Jr. I spoke to him at length. So it's not everything you hear is actually true. And so when I tell them that there's no other way to do it, they already set the stage that there's no other way to do it. And when it was getting out of hand, several people went to them and said, and Karen need to talk it over and meet. And them said, no, it's too late for that. I don't know of any time when it is ever too late to make peace, but they say it was too late. So please, don't give me too much flack about it. I can take it, but I mean, it's best you know. You know? I can take the flack, but it's best you know that I didn't invite this war. I didn't want it. And I didn't rank it up to where it is today. That was their doing. You know, and I don't blame people for anything I do. I take responsibility for what I do. But that was it. So please, thank you. I know this is long. But thank you for listening to me. God bless you. Keep safe. And do remember to keep your children safe. Thank you.